Time to fire up the VCR. This one's my favorite. That was gold.
Welcome to Analog Jones in the Temple of Film. I'm Steve.
And I'm Matt.
And there's someone else here. Would she like to introduce herself?
I'm Ashley.
We're joined by writer, actress, producer, extraordinaire, Ashley Nichol.
Yep. You covered them all. Thank you so much for that beautiful introduction.
You're welcome.
We just got back from seeing Star Wars The Last Jedi. Initial reactions. Go.
Well, from your introduction, it sounded like I was an actress, producer, and writer of the film Star Wars.
Well, you are, right?
Correct. Absolutely. I worked personally.
Our biggest guest, yeah.
It was a fun time. Great time.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Yeah, at first, for like the first 20, 30 minutes, I was like, what are we doing here? And then hook. About, I don't know, a third of the way through. And then
It was
the
really
rest,
silly.
Yeah,
at
I
first.
was
It was really
worried.
funny. Yeah, it was really like silly.
I was like, well, are we going on this route? And then I'd say about a third of the way through, the last 60% of the film just flew by.
Yeah.
Yeah, except for when I had to pee.
Oh, and our incredibly hot theater.
Yes, so hot. I was sweating and I had to pee,
So
and I was like,
It
it's
was
great,
just
but I
the
need it to end.
intensity of Kylo Ren.
And then the guy next to me, I made a little joke when they're like, if you see anyone suspicious, and I'm wearing a Kylo Ren uniform, and I go, do I look suspicious? And he just looked at me like the shock, like, someone talked to me. I was like, whoa, calm down.
Do you have a backpack? What's in your backpack, Kylo Ren?
Oh,
funny.
God. So obviously we're talking about Star Wars The Last Jedi, and it is Friday. It is the day it comes out.
Yes.
So
It's Friday at like 12:30.
It's almost 1 in the morning.
It's Thursday when we saw it.
Yes, but we are dedicated, and we want to get this sucker out by Friday, so we're doing it in the AMs,
Yeah.
in the darkness of night, right after the screening.
All right, the details of this, we'll get into it. Directed and written by Rian Johnson. Wow. He pretty much writes and directs everything he did. Brick, Brothers Bloom, and then Looper, which I love.
Oh, Brothers Bloom. That's a fun one.
Yeah.
I've only seen Looper of that group, and I'm not big on it, but I like this movie. So
You're a terrible person.
I'm not.
Have yet to see. Would love to see.
Starring Daisy Ridley as Rey. I pretty much, that's all I know her from is Star Wars. I know she's
Ooh.
been in a decent amount.
Murder on the Orient Express.
I heard she was in
She
that.
was amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a fun movie.
But she looks so different, but not really. But
Yeah.
it blew my mind when I realized halfway through it was Rey from Star Wars.
Oh, is that
oh
how?
my god!
Is that how different she is in it?
Not really. She's just got short red hair.
Oh.
But she's got like
She's dolled up.
the old timey British high class garb on, and in Star Wars she's got like a Star Wars outfit on, you know. So
No, I think it's Old English she was wearing in this one.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
see. Adam Driver is Kylo Ren, Ben Solo, HBO's Girls. That's where I know him from. And now Kylo Ren.
The king of sad.
Yeah.
Aced.
I heard he was good. I heard Logan Lucky was good. Didn't see it, though.
I didn't see it either.
I want to see it.
I'll see it at some point.
It's just not high priority.
Huge fans of it, apparently. We have Mark Hamill as all you need to know. He's two people. Luke Skywalker, the Joker.
Yep, the best Joker.
Yeah, he was damn good in this.
He was.
I like his voice. Like, you know, it's just
It's a
tied to the
recognizable
Joker.
voice, though. Voice. Okay, I'm very tired, and the root beer is kicking in. I got the sugars.
Well, yeah, besides being a recognizable voice, it's just a nice voice. It's soothing. Like,
Yeah.
he could read me bedtime stories.
Oh my gosh.
That
I
would be
wish.
great.
You're right.
I wish he would.
Do you think we can convince him to do his own podcast of just reading mundane things to us?
Yeah, I
Oh.
would love that.
Or how about Dr. Seuss
Yeah.
books?
Yes.
Yeah, he's got such a good voice. So I'm glad we got to hear him talk in this one.
Yeah. We had Carrie Fisher as Princess Leia. I guess the late Carrie Fisher. You have to announce that
Yeah.
now.
So sad.
Princess Leia or General Leia. Did they call her anything in this? Did they call
Yeah.
her General?
You called her General, they called
Yeah.
her Organa, they called her
They
Princess.
said General Organa a lot,
They
I
gave
think.
every name that they have for her, they dropped in this film.
And when I was looking up her credits throughout her career, you know, one underrated one I forgot about?
When
She
Harry
was
Met
in-
Sally.
I was thinking The Burbs.
Oh yeah, we just saw her in
We
that.
just
we watched
watched
it.
The
It's so
Burbs.
good.
It's such a good movie. Still holds up.
John Boyega as Finn. And I forgot he was in Attack of the Block.
Attack the Block.
He's so good in that movie.
That was like his
It was his
blurt,
breakout
bust
role.
out role. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
I
good.
would love to go back and watch that again. I remember loving
Great
it
movie.
when I first
It's killer.
Saw that one twice in theaters.
And he's like magnetic to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's also in Detroit, which I hear is really good.
It's on the list.
It's on the list.
Yeah, it's on my list too.
My 2017 catch-up list.
Yeah. Well, there's not much time left.
Domhnall Gleeson.
Domhnall Gleeson as General Hux.
I love him.
What was up with all the eye makeup? Like, I get it, he's evil. Look at the dark
It
eye
was a bit
makeup.
bizarre because we just came off from watching Force Awakens yesterday.
Yeah.
And like the speech he gives, like the crazy dictator speech in Force
Yeah.
Awakens is amazing, and he's a great actor. But yeah, they
They
made him
sold-
look like he came back from the dead.
Yeah, they
Yeah, I
really
didn't-
sold the evil on
And
this.
then he kind of lost some of the makeup towards the end. So like maybe he just got a good night's sleep or something.
And they tried really hard in this to make him the idiot.
Yeah.
Everything he
he's
did was
so-
wrong.
He was so scary in the first one, so now they're kind of
Backpedaling
pushing him down a
yeah.
peg, which is fun. That scene is really fun with him, but I don't know.
Yeah, Oscar Isaac as Poe Dameron, Ex Machina. That's all.
He's Oscar Isaac.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like known as now he's just superstar Oscar Isaac. So
Or Apocalypse.
Ugh, ugh.
I forget
I watched-
every time
I watched
that
that
happened.
on an airplane, and I wanted my money back for the whole airplane ride.
I
it
wanted
was
my
so
money
bad.
back for just watching the trailer.
God, what a bad movie.
Yeah, they didn't shine on that one. We had Benicio del Toro as DJ. By the way, that's what his
DJ.
name is, apparently, according to the credits.
Oh,
Did
okay.
not know from the movie. And we talked about this on the ride home. The Usual Suspects. He did Traffic. But I also marked him on Guardians of the Galaxy here. Cause
Yeah.
He's fun in
A
that.
recent fun role. I mean, he's fun as always.
Yeah.
And bizarre.
I love when he gets to be bizarre, like Sin City.
So
Yeah, we had Gwen as Captain Phasma, which got, if you don't know Tarth, she's Brynja Tarth in there.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Sorry, the names. I was like, you were speaking a different language.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
But no, I
he
know
was speaking
her.
Game of Thrones.
No, I do know her because I did watch the first 3 seasons, but it's been so long that just all memories are gone. But I
alright.
love her voice too.
I just gotta mention that Andy Serkis was Gollum, so I could, or he was oh man, I'm getting tired
What's his
too.
name?
Snoke.
Snoke.
Snoke is Gollum, is Caesar, is some.
Stupid fat hobbits.
Yeah, like I just know that's Andy Serkis. That's
Yeah.
all I need to know.
He needs to stop doing motion capture work so that he can win his Oscar already.
He
because he's
disappears
so
into
good.
his work.
He's so good, but they'll never give him a motion capture Oscar.
Oh, let's just move on to the trailer and then the details because I feel like we're gonna pass out. Here we go. Here's the trailer for you.
When I found you, I saw raw, untamed power. And beyond that, something truly special.
Something inside me has always been there. But now it's awake. And I need help.
I've seen this raw strength only once before. It didn't scare me enough then. It does now. Let the past die. Kill it. If you have to. going to go the way you think. Fulfill your destiny.
I need someone to show me my place in all this.
All right, there you go. There's the trailer for you. All right, we're going to do a light synopsis, and then we're going to give you a huge warning. Like a beep, boop, I don't know, whatever. So let's try to synopsis this together. I remember...
So this is a movie about Rey going to find Luke to help her take on the First Order, who has basically wiped out the Republic for the most part. And
She's there to bring him back to the rebels.
Right.
Because, you know, they really need some hope.
He's the hope.
He's the hope. He's the old hope.
Yeah, and the Rebel Alliance is on, like, the last string here. They're just hanging by a thread.
And it's her, like, kind of coming to terms with the fact that she is possessing this force.
Yeah, she is in touch with the Force. All the while, Kylo Ren is still dealing with his duality, I guess, and what he's done, having killed his father in the last film.
And Poe's leading the fight.
Yes.
Finn is there. There's so many.
Yeah, there's a
all
lot
your favorite
going on.
characters.
It's not bad though. There's so many side plots, but they all fit nicely.
Yeah,
together.
I mean, basically, it's just like you said. She goes to the island to pull Luke back into this because the Rebel Alliance is on the last string. They need hope, and you've also got a lot of other things. But it was basically just them surviving.
Yeah, that is the. I think that covers the whole movie.
I feel
about
like it
survival.
is one day. It is one day of
Really
just
long day.
nonstop grueling battle
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
And it's
It's
exhausting.
The entire
but-
movie's a struggle.
Yes, it's exhilarating but exhausting.
Yeah, so I guess here's your warning. Beep, beep, beep. Go watch the movie. Turn this off.
Stop it.
If
Pause
you don't
it.
want even a hint of a spoiler, don't listen anymore. And tune in next week, right, guys?
No. Come back. Download this. Put this on your iPod. Go see it, and then on the
Pause
car
it
ride
and
home.
then listen to it again.
Yeah, car ride home. Pop this part on right now.
Because here we go. Spoilers are happening now.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Alright, so when they get there, and I can't believe that a dragon came and killed all of them.
The end. That was the
Yes.
end of the movie.
Well, I'll dip into the first spoiler here. That's a spoiler heavy, so I hope you've paused it. Almost everyone is dead now at this point.
Most of the rebels are dead.
We've got a pretty clean slate. Most of the bad guys are dead.
Well,
Phasma's
Everyone's
gone.
dead.
Snoke is gone. Kylo's just off the deep
But
end.
is Phasma really dead?
I hope
She
not.
fell into the flames. She's gonna rise like a.
Yeah, I mean, I hope not. She's great, but if she is dead, that's fine too. But
It was
yeah,
like Boba
it's a
Fett,
cool-
but not stupid.
yeah.
The whole
No banana
symbolic,
peel slip.
the whole symbolic thing here was when Yoda, spoiler again, Yoda comes back as this little Force ghost, and when he just burns down the tree and is laughing, it's just like, it's a whole symbolic. It's just burn it all down, and then the sun's gonna come right back up. Like it never stops.
Yep.
I will say, as someone who is not a fan of Yoda, which I think I've never met anyone who doesn't like Yoda.
Yeah, you're the only person I know.
I'm so sorry. I
I don't judge you,
That's a
but
whole
it's-
other podcast on its own.
We
but
just lost all of our viewers.
I'm so sorry. Well,
It's not, guys. It's not me this time that's shitting on your childhood. It's not me.
Hey,
but I'll do it
sorry.
again next
You
week.
can rally against me. Leave all the hateful comments. It's great. But no, I did appreciate him laughing at burning
Yeah.
nature, and I'm like, oh damn.
I had a giant smile on my face the entire time Yoda was on screen. I was just like, yes.
I rolled my eyes and I saw you smiling, so I kept quiet.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it. That whole scene. I loved the little puppet Yoda. It was so good. It was great. It made me so happy.
Whoa, he just lightning strikes like a tree and just burns it, and he's just like, oh, the tax all gone. Like, damn, Yoda, you don't care at all.
He's so good. And this was one of those like rare times. I had no idea going into a movie. I had no idea Yoda was going to come back. Usually by now the internet would have spoiled everything, and maybe it did, and I just didn't look deep enough. But I had no idea that Yoda was going to make an appearance in this, and I'm so glad I had no idea. And I just loved the scene.
It was genuine for you.
It was a happy moment for me and a great moment in the film.
Yeah, because when they started out, and I told you guys before this about the first, or no, maybe I told them this. I don't remember any. The first third that was goofy and everything. Maybe it was there when they started training, or when he started to. I don't know when it was.
Ray left.
Yeah.
Yoda didn't show up till like an hour 15 in. Like, it's right before the battle.
It's kind of amazing how much this movie has in it, but the pace of it never stops.
It is neck break.
See, I was actually starting to feel the runtime a little bit.
I did as well, but I think that's the root beer.
Right before Yoda showed up. Like, when it was I'm going to train you. No, I'm not. I'm going to train you. Train me. You're bad. You're good. I'll train you. And I was just like, okay, I fucking get it. And then Yoda shows up, and I'm like, all right, everything's good. Everything's good.
Yeah, there were a few times
they did that on purpose. They were like, how do we make people smile?
Well, they also draw out every scene. Because we basically have 4 stories in this movie with, like, sort of Poe's story, Rey's story, Kylo's story, and, like, the Rebels and Leia's story. We sort of have them all stretched out.
Finn and
Finn
Rose.
Finn
He's a new character.
Yeah, we've got all these stories, and each one is stretched to the maximum. And I think for the most part it works, but it did, in a couple pockets, slow down in each of the stories, really.
Yeah, some of the storytelling between Finn and Rose, I was getting like, okay, we're going to keep going on this whole, slaves building this entire, I don't know, like, Las Vegas, basically. That's basically what it was.
I actually felt there was kind of a disconnect. Like, they were really dragging out, like, time-wise, when, like, the rebels are trying to sneak away, and then Finn and Rose have already been captured, and they're in handcuffs just sitting there for, like, 20 minutes.
Yeah. But
they keep cutting back, and I'm like, so much is going on.
And they're just sitting on the ground.
Or just die. Yeah, they really
stalled
with them. I love you, but, like, get on with their story.
That was kind of a James Bond, like, we're going to slice your heads off, because not shooting you isn't enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was heavy on it at the beginning, and then it really slowed.
Part of me, that could be a pretty good skit, where Phasm just starts telling, like, their evil plan.
Yeah.
It basically was.
And basically, that's what that kind of scene... And it works for the most part. I'm not dogging on it too much, but it just slows down. Yeah, it just slows down the pace a little bit. I was starting, though, to have, like, kind of, like... war flashbacks for a second to the pod race scene when they were running on those horse things.
Oh,
and I was like, oh no, fucking, are they gonna do a pod race scene with these horse things? And it didn't last that long, but just long enough for me to start having war flashbacks. Listeners out there, I love Star Wars, and this is why we're doing this episode, but I've never even made it to episode 3. I have never seen it. I've seen episode 1, episode 2, and 2 burned me so hard I never watched 3. But I love Star Wars, so like I just had that moment of like war flashbacks, like, oh no, this is like the ones I don't like.
And we talked about prepping before this, and I decided to skip 1 and 2 for the sheer fact I knew if I had done them, I would have quit.
Yeah, just go in with the good ones.
You don't need them.
No, you don't need them at all. And then I guess the other relationship I noticed a lot was Leia and Poe.
Yeah, the push-pull, the same sort of Luke and Rey push-pull.
I guarantee, since Carrie Fisher is obviously not going to be returning, well, unless they decide to do the digital...
They said that they're not.
Oh, thank goodness.
They said they're not going to... I mean, who knows?
I guarantee they're going to do something where Poe, like, kind of brings everybody up. Like, he's going to... I think she was, like, conditioning him for leadership.
Yeah, the whole thing was just... him
it was like
learning,
mentor.
Yeah, he starts out as a young gun, just a flyer with attitude, just trying to be the hero.
Yeah,
and then he turns into a leader.
I feel like he had more leadership in Force Awakens. We barely saw him, but he seemed more professional. And in this movie, he's like wild and crazy.
But it makes sense though. I think for the story because he had the backing of the whole Republic before, and now it's in shambles, and he's just like, we gotta kill everybody.
Also, the fact that this is the height of their battle, so everyone is just running on pure adrenaline.
Yeah.
No one makes a good decision.
Right, so I think that's why, but like...
Yeah, that's a good point. They
No
do
one
like
makes good decisions.
Yeah, it's all impulsive, and I think that's what the whole movie's about. But
yeah.
I think the very end of the movie almost alludes to maybe a new relationship urging between Rey and Poe, because they introduce themselves as a little like winky spark
I
thing.
noticed that too.
And I'm getting the
Because
feeling
now Finn's gonna be with Rose.
well, and then like Poe is gonna be the new Leia, basically, the general in charge. And Rey is basically the new Han Solo. She's flying the Millennium Falcon. She's with Chewie. So I mean, it's going to be the new Leia and Han, but it's gender swapped. So I think that's what they're going to go
I'm
for.
down for it.
What kind of hairdo is Poe gonna have?
I was gonna say that rock those buns, go hard for the buns. I think he can pull it off. Oscar.
If anybody could do it, Oscar
hair
Isaac can do it.
extensions.
He can
Just
do
go
it.
to town.
Oh man. Oh, high neck, long white gown. Like I'm really digging it.
I'm forgetting the name of her,
Laura Dern.
Laura Dern, and she was rocking the purple hair like someone else right here at the table.
I have purple hair, but like it just was. I loved it on her, but at the same time, I'm just like, this is such a bizarre character choice.
It did take me out of the movie for 1 second.
It was a little try-hardy. It was like, okay,
I feel like
how
it
can we
was-
make Laura Dern not look like Laura Dern, like
You know what?
full on?
I feel like that
Give her purple
character
hair.
maybe had like bold silver, but then they're like, this feels Hunger Games or something. Like, and they digitally enhanced it to purple or something.
Yeah,
'Cause
I don't-
it
everything.
changed color, guys. Just saying.
I love
It
I
felt-
loved Laura Dern, but everything about that character was a little shoehorned.
It was a little out of place.
Yeah,
It wasn't terrible though.
it wasn't
I liked
terrible. It could have been a lot worse.
For
but
scenes where she was kind of like,
she's
itchy,
great.
She was great.
She's
a great
in the
actress.
movie, but like for what they were trying to pull off with her character, she should have been in the first movie for me to sort of care and like latch onto her.
Oh yeah, I didn't care about her character dying at all.
Like when she does the sacrifice, like it's like, oh cool, like great that you did that, but like I'm not like bent out of shape about it. It's not like when Han Solo died in the first one, and I was like,
Yeah, you could have had any character
I was just about to say
stay behind, like the one random girl who kept announcing everything to us. She kept giving us exposition.
That's
Exposition
Carrie Fisher's
girl?
daughter.
Yeah.
That's Billy Lord.
no,
Wait.
the bigger nose woman,
Oh, yeah.
exposition lady.
You know who they should have done? If they killed General Akbar, why not have him do it?
Was that Akbar? I'm so confused. Or is that
He
just
died
an
earlier,
alien?
didn't he?
He died in the
In the
first
first-
blast. Yeah, he
Yeah.
died.
But like, keep him around, have him go
Oh,
somewhere,
yeah,
and
have
then be
him
like,
be the
"Oh, I got it,"
exposition.
and then everybody's
Yeah.
like, Akbar, you're a boss. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
having just this random lady, older woman.
She was introduced
be
for
like,
20 minutes.
Have
and that's all we
her be
had.
the exposition drop. Even if Billy Lord would have been the exposition drop, would have made more sense because at least she's in Force Awakens for a second.
Yeah, I believe that's the only character in this entire thing where I was like, not really needed.
We'll call her Exposition Sally.
Yeah, I
But
don't know who she was.
She delivers her lines really freaking well. Because her and Poe, that whole interaction where she just basically says, shut the hell up.
She's efficient.
Yeah.
She's like, slap Poe right in the face. Like, this is done.
So good.
What was another relationship we had? We had, I guess we haven't really talked about Luke. Well, the triangle. This is like a nasty triangle between Luke, Rey, and Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And Snoke, who is controlling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's in the middle of the triangle.
Yeah.
And then he disappears from the triangle.
He's controlling the Senate so he can get power.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's the wrong.
Yeah,
That's the wrong one.
heavily- Oh, the political like island of aristocrats or whatever. It's great. I don't know.
It shocked me when Kylo Ren and Rey were having this whole connection. I was like, where is this going?
I was obsessed with it though. I thought
Yeah.
it was a really cool touch because everything else has been so distant. Like the Jedis who are against each other are so distant. This was like so personal. It's like, where is this connection? Why? I
Yeah.
wish there was a better explanation of it than like Snoke just being like, I did it.
Yeah.
I made a tunnel to your brain.
I don't know. I didn't hate it. I thought it was fine. And yeah, I agree. It was nice to sort of see the evil and the good interact more than we've seen in the past, other than like, Vader being like, Luke, join me. Like this was more like push pull. But again, it was another relationship thing that I thought some of the scenes went on too long. And I was like, okay, I got what they were trying to say in the scene, and I was like, dude, this is a 2.5 hour movie. Like, let's go, let's move it a little.
Well, yeah, I mean, these two are so personal now that when they actually fight, I felt something, especially when
Yeah.
they did, because it did interconnect. I think it was what they were trying to do with Anakin and Obi-Wan in the original, and then in Episode 3 when they fight and Obi-Wan basically kills Anakin, you're supposed to have that feeling. But I just didn't like the characters that much. I didn't have that feeling.
Yeah.
But in this one, I feel like, wow, yeah, some of that was a little long, and you could see Adam Driver like trying to figure it out. Like, can you
They're
see
way
me?
more
And
human
Yeah.
than other Jedis in
they're
the past.
every character's flawed.
Yeah.
You can find it everywhere. You can see it where Princess Leia has all kinds of regrets in her face. Like, everything she does, she's seen a lot. She's like wearing it
Yeah.
really well. And then you go to Poe, who's just kind of the idiot. I feel like this goes back to the original trilogy, where not everyone's perfect, and they're all trying to figure out this complex way of living.
Yeah,
I
it's
also-
the most human of the recent
Yeah.
ones for
Yeah.
sure. And I'm lumping in Rogue One because it doesn't take place in this, but it came out recently, so I think it's the most human of the three recent releases.
I also really enjoy that we actually see Rey interact with the dark side in a way, like explore it. She physically goes and looks for answers and gets nothing, rather than just like, I'm teetering on the dark side. Like, what does that mean? What is this dark side? Like,
And she really
goes.
and her thing that's leading her to the dark side is finding out who her parents are, which I think is interesting. Instead of just like, bad feels good, I'm gonna go to the, like, she's like, she has a purpose. She's
Well, she
like, well,
wants
maybe the dark
answers.
side will give me answers.
And she doesn't get answers.
Right, and she finds out how lonely
then
it
she's
is, and
good.
that's why she turns away from it. But like, I thought that was smart to have her have a purpose to turn to the dark side, other than just to be like seduced by it. You know, like she sort of has a real reason to
Everyone
go to it.
Yeah.
does seem to have a purpose, though. It's like they all make bad decisions, but they all have a purpose.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's really true. And then when they get in, I just love it because the whole badass scene where they get into it, and you have Kylo Ren and Rey and Snoke just like Snoke being the most powerful thing we've seen
great.
since the Emperor.
yeah.
And then we get the huge twist in it. Kylo Ren just chops his ass in half.
Yeah.
Loved the narration of Snoke as he's reading his
Yeah.
mind, and it's like, you know that Kylo Ren has been planning this
Yeah.
forever. He like knew exactly what Snoke can see in his mind.
Well, he learned how to control his feelings.
So good. Well, no, he
Yeah.
was like, I know I am going to pull the trigger. Oh, it's on you, bro.
Yeah, and I think it's a nice way to play with the audience too, to be like, is he turning good? Because we've been building to like, is he gonna have a soul? And then he's like, no, I'm not good. Like, I just needed to get this guy out of the way, out with the old. Like, yeah, I thought that was smart. And then we finally get the explanation of who Rey's parents are, and like, it's just a really satisfying. They're nobody. They're nobody.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter who they are. They're just people that left you behind.
There went my twin theory.
And I'm glad it wasn't twins.
That was
Like, I'm glad it.
ouch. Just so blunt. It's like, they're just nothing.
They're drunk nobody's dead in a ditch.
You're not important. Like, well,
She's
you
like,
like,
"Yes, I am."
what?
I can move rocks.
Or they weren't important.
I
guess.
do remember reading. You know, I always try to stay away from Star Wars stuff online, but I do remember reading that at some point Rian Johnson came out and said it's going to have an ending that like is going to surprise, or like a revelation that's going to surprise people as much as the Luke, I am your father. And I would only assume that it's that it's
Because
that Rey
we naturally
not being.
anticipate.
We naturally anticipate it being like, is it Luke's daughter? Is it Han's daughter? Is it somebody else's
General
kid?
Akbar.
Yeah, is it Admiral Akbar's daughter? But like,
Admiral. My bad. Sorry.
it's like,
Yeah.
it's like,
I'm too tired. I didn't even
I'm
notice.
so tired, but I'm also a monster.
but yeah, like, and the real like sort of like, no, they were nobody. And that's just the way it is. Like, I thought that was really, like,
Well, it's the
cool.
same thing with Snoke. All the fans coming up with all these theories of who Snoke was.
And now he's dead and in half, and it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, yeah.
He was just Snoke.
I actually thought it was kind of brave to spend a movie and a half or more on
With
Rey's looking for her parents, going to the dark side, all over the place, you know, the hope, and then it's just, no. There's nothing.
Well, it's again that like this whole movie, and now we're getting to like the third
and
film,
final.
I
The
guess,
third and
where it's
final.
like they have to literally break down the entirety of everything they've built.
Yeah.
So now it's starting from scratch completely.
Well, maybe that's part of like her story too.
Yeah.
Is all this time she's been searching and waiting, and now she's
she
free
can let
from that.
go.
Yeah.
She can just be her. It's I guess the other really big holy shit moment was the end when the fleet escapes after the awesome self-sacrifice though, where she just slices through the ship.
It's amazing. Like the audience, it's pure silence.
Yeah.
And there were gasps. It was a stunning image.
It's like, whoa.
It's like, wow, that's amazing. Although we didn't really care who it was who did it. The sacrifice.
Yeah, we didn't care about Lord Dern's
But the
character
fact
as
that
much.
it happened
but
was
it was a
amazing.
cool scene. Like it was just, it was cool.
Well, it's such a badass actress to do such a badass thing.
Yeah.
And you'd expect to be like, oh, she's gone, but you're kind of like, yeah, I knew, yeah.
You're like, sweet,
Yeah,
what's
like-
next?
Yeah, that was cool. What's gonna happen now?
And then when they get to this abandoned, I thought it was going to be like Hoth, but it was covered in salt. When they get to the abandoned rebel base, they
Helm's
land
Deep.
on it. Hell's Deep. Yeah, is that
Helm's
just what you're
Deep-
going to call
Helm's
it?
Deep from Lord of the Rings, number 2.
Just got that blast shield down.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
we got the ramming. That's not what I expected the ram to look like.
The ramming gun.
Yeah.
Oh, that was just
It's
straight
just a
up
giant gun.
laser.
Yeah.
Like a
And
fire laser.
Luke comes back to give the rebels hope as they escape.
Hilarious interaction.
And it's just
Yeah.
a great face-off scene between.
That was
force
They could
of
have
Luke
easily made that
and-
cheesy, where like Kylo Ren is like, "You let me down," and or whatever. It was just like
They just kind of let Luke be a badass in that scene.
and then also Kylo Ren's like, "Fuck you," and they're like, "Fuck you too." You
Yeah.
know, Luke's just
At the same time, he's not even a badass. He's just fucking with him.
Yeah, but like that makes him badass. I think like the
Well,
fact
yeah,
that, he doesn't have to fight. He's just
He's
like
toying with him.
he's just like you're such a
is
a
Luke just
whiny
weeps.
baby that just like all I gotta do is show up here and you're gonna freak out. And he's like, I'm not even here, dude. Like
he's like, "My mind powers are so strong, you don't even know."
There were so many cool scenes in that where he
That was a
dusted
good
off.
surprise, though, too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh man.
he's exuding cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
but he's a badass.
At the end of Force Awakens, he's like, crazy cape, and he's old and scraggly. Now he's got a trim beard. He's dusting off his shoulder. He's
Yeah.
winking to everybody like he's a rock star.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that what you want for
He
Luke
is
Skywalker after 40 years of like waiting for him to be back in a movie?
It's
like,
pretty dope.
When they
you want
fire
him to be a
every,
badass.
when they fire every gun at him, and it's just a giant puff of smoke and destruction.
It blood smoke. Like it's
Yeah.
so red. I love that scene, by the way, just visually
just
as
walks
well.
out and dusts his shoulder off. I was like, whoa. I did not expect it. That's not what I expected from Luke, but I love it.
Yeah, no, it's
Loved it.
It's sort of like Han Solo had the character arc that led, like he from the first movie from New Hope to Force Awakens, Han doesn't believe in the Force. He thinks it's all mumbo jumbo, but whatever, he likes these guys, he's gonna take them. And then like he says like it's all real, in Force Awakens, and that's like sort of his like
Well,
full
Han
arc.
also adopts Luke's arc.
Yeah.
It like repeats, and he takes it kind of, like the
Yeah.
interaction with
Yeah.
father son. It's on him now.
And then now we've got Luke's sort of arc where he goes from like the little farmhand to like the badass that's like
Badass.
cool, confident, because he's almost there in Jedi because he's more confident and he's he's got his updated saber and he's like, but he's not fully confident in himself, and it's in he's still got a lot of daddy issues and stuff, but now he's free and he's just like the coolest rock star.
There wouldn't be Star Wars without daddy issues.
Oh, yeah.
It literally is just that.
Yeah, and I mean, I think
it's going to
Ky-
be 9 films based on daddy
Dads.
issues.
I mean, I think Kylo might actually have more mommy issues because he had the chance to blow up Princess Leia. And
Well,
he
now he
wouldn't do
does
it.
because he already killed his dad.
Yeah, so I think he's got
He's
some
a
mommy
mama's
issues.
boy.
Yeah.
I honestly thought they were going to have General Hux do it. Like Kylo
Oh, I
couldn't
thought-
pull the trigger,
Well,
and
he
General
did.
Hux would. What was the
Kind
two
of.
TIE fighters?
Yeah.
But still, I mean, he just basically beats the shit out of General. He owns General Hux this entire film, And part of me was like, don't turn it into a Looney Tunes thing. But when he bashes him against the
throws
wall,
him against the wall. It's really satisfying.
satisfying.
But at the same time, like I can't wait. Like I it's very fun watching Kylo Ren, but I can't wait till he gets his fucking shit kicked in this last movie.
I'm so sad
Like,
because
he's-
Carrie Fisher, I guarantee the mom would have kicked her son's ass.
Yeah,
in the
she would have
third one.
blown his
Ugh.
fucking head off if she was in the, and it would have been so satisfying. But like, whatever justice he gets in this last movie is gonna be so satisfying because he's such a whiny little bitch that I can't wait to see him get his.
What if the New Order wins?
I don't think.
Just kidding.
Even if the New Order wins, it ain't gonna be with him.
General Hux ends up killing him.
That'd be really funny too. And like, it's so stupidly satisfying. It's just like, oh yeah,
General
like,
Hux almost killed him. Hey, this bitch, every time he's sleeping, someone tries to pull something on him.
No shit. They're always
happened
trying to kill
twice.
Kylo in his sleep.
Do you think Han, when like as a baby, he's like, I gotta do
Yeah,
it,
I gotta
and
shoot
that's
him.
why he has daddy issues.
He's gonna have serious. No wonder he has trust issues.
no one loves him.
yeah, he sucks. That's why he's such
You
a
know,
bitch. I
I
hate that
love
character.
him though. He plays Aang so well. Like,
Well, yeah,
I
no,
love
it's like
it.
he's great in the movie, but I hate him.
Well, he's a great
hateable.
hateable
Like
character.
I didn't hate Vader. Like Vader was like the worst of the worst. Like probably one of the best bad
you
guys
hate
of
him
all
more
time.
because he has the ability to
But-
let it go.
but,
and he
like,
won't.
I hate Kylo, and I can't wait to fucking see him get his.
The film we watched last week, Man Underground. Do you remember the douchebag boyfriend in there?
Yeah,
That's
Francis.
what it
Francis.
reminds me of. Is Adam. Like Kylo Ren is such a douchebag character in a way,
Yeah,
but
he-
it's good because you
It's watchable.
emotionally connect to him. You're like, oh, I can't wait till you're dead.
Yeah, and so I sort of can't wait for his
I don't know.
come
Francis
up.
is like he's more douchey than
Yeah, he's the
Kylo.
worst. You
Francis
should
is the
see.
worst.
All of you should go out and see Man Underground. We watched it last week, and it's got such a douchey character. In it.
It's an amazing film.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It's great.
highly recommend.
But yeah,
everyone
one of the
go check it out.
douchiest characters in a film I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's
Named Francis.
Yeah, his name is Francis. Anyway, back to Star Wars. Seaman Underground.
Yeah, if you like sci-fi and you're listening to this episode, you
Yeah.
fucking love that movie. I do.
Well, then we get to the end, and Rey uses her superpowers. I mean, the Force to move the rocks.
Superpower.
Yeah. And then we get, the man who this is all built on. The Skywalker dies.
Yeah.
Does he really?
He's
He
everywhere.
Transfers.
Oh, yeah.
I
He's
swear,
everywhere.
I loved the guy I saw down in front. I just knew he wanted to be like, what? Like, why? But he couldn't because he was surrounded by people who
By
would
nerds.
yell at him.
So he just sort of gestured to the heavens as
Yeah.
Luke disappeared.
it was a beautiful moment.
Well,
The
I was
guy,
down.
the guy next to me actually stopped eating his popcorn. He must have been at the very bottom because I just
Did it
saw his
fall
hand
out of his
stop.
mouth?
Let's just say it did, like it was dramatic. Because I didn't know. I was like, wait, is he gonna die? And then
Dramatic. I saw a guy just stand up and leave. No.
just like went into the world. He's like,
So the hope is restored with the little kid we see at the end. Does
Who's
he?
a Jedi?
is he a
Does
Jedi?
he uses the Force to get that broom? Doesn't
Yes,
he?
yeah.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
But like, I wish all of the little kids had the Force.
No,
like, now
it's cool that it's just like Rey. It's just another random orphan that also has it in him. Like I think that's awesome.
Yeah,
It's
but
kind of like
great.
mutants.
Yeah, it's
no,
like, yeah.
no one special. It's just
It's
randomly selected.
random.
I know, but
I like that.
It's just,
It's
and
not
he does
yet.
kind of look like Luke a little bit.
But
like he's
yeah,
the
but
next-
it's the next thing. But like, yeah, it's not like a royalty
But it's
born
just
into
weird.
blood. It's
I
like
just
it's
kind of wish
random.
we didn't see the kid earlier in the movie. I wish it was just a bunch of random kids.
Yeah, I didn't even know.
He was the weird
He's
animal.
the one. He was the one that was like
He had
trapped in the
ring.
thing. Yeah.
I just think it's funny that Luke was a moisture farmer, and this kid is like sweeping up racing horse alien
Crap,
shit.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, I
But
guess
he-
all Jedi start on a farm.
Oh
But I loved that.
no, I'm excited for it, and the
I hope he
subtle-
I hope he doesn't come back in this series at all. Like it was just a nice little subtle thing to be like, Jedi's are still out
Even
there, the
if
Force
Rey
is still out
and
there.
Kylo are done, there's still more. To
Right,
come.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I hope that kid doesn't show back up at all in the next movie, and it's just that little thing there that's like, no matter what happens with these characters,
Yeah.
it's still out there.
Well, it's got to be a whole new Jedi world, too, because the whole Jedi Council, it's dead. All their
Yeah.
texts
Yeah.
is burned. The magical tree, I don't know what that was about that kept them all, but whatever, it's gone.
The texts aren't burnt. They're on the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, they were on. She took them.
Oh, I
Yeah.
did not.
When
It's
Poe
like a-
grabs his jacket, they're still
They're
on.
They're underneath it. Yeah,
Oh,
it's like
man.
subtle stuff, like the little kid who moves the broom, and then also there's a moment like I didn't watch Star Wars as a kid, but I felt this moment of excitement when you see just the shadow of the Millennium Falcon before it comes in.
Yeah.
And you're like, hell yeah!
Here it
That's the
comes.
Millennium Falcon.
I mean, yeah, when it shows up in Force Awakens, it's still a great
Oh,
moment
it's
when they're
exciting.
like, that heap of junk over there, and the camera pans over, and you're just like,
But this
yes!
is like it in battle.
Yeah.
It's
you
coming
just
to
see the
save
shadow
the
to come
day.
save the day. Yeah.
Yeah, that's... Man, there's so much in this film. I have to see it again.
I know.
And I never go to the theater twice to see a film. Very,
There's a
very
lot.
rare.
Yeah, there's a lot there. I've heard some people say that it's their favorite since Empire. I don't know if I would say that, but I did really enjoy it.
I would say I like this better than Force Awakens. I was a person who really liked Rogue One better than Force Awakens.
Oh, we're on the same team.
Oh, yeah! High five.
We're very rare, though.
I know, but
Well, my opinion's weird on that. I think
It's a better movie.
I think I think Rogue One is a better movie than Force Awakens, but I am so susceptible to fan service that I love Force Awakens more.
yeah.
Well, I mean, fan service does work. It's
It works. You know, you've got your
But Rogue One had fan service too. Like it literally had the scenes built in.
Yeah, it did, but like something about
But I get it. The
Yeah.
structure of the story.
Right,
Yeah.
and I would never argue that like Force Awakens is a better movie than Rogue One because Rogue One was, I thought, a better film. But I just
So good.
in terms of enjoyment and one I'll go back and rewatch over and over again. It'll be right before Force Awakens, but I did really like Rogue One. But yeah, I don't know necessarily. We're fresh off of it, so I can't rank the movies.
Oh, neither can I.
I know,
This
I was
is
gonna
way
But
say-
too early.
I don't think I'm gonna say I like it. I'm never gonna say I'm
Whenever-
gonna like anything more than Empire
I
because
was-
Empire is fucking perfect.
Just of the new ones. Well, if you guys
But-
ever discuss your opinion on another podcast, just text me and I'll tell you which one I like better.
But like, this might have been a case where like this is definitely a better movie than Force Awakens, but I may just put them on the same level because I just enjoyed them both. So
I felt like this one gave me more of an emotional impact.
Absolutely.
I felt a lot. I had the feelers in this one a lot more.
I think that like the communication and connection between Kylo Ren and Rey was so juicy to like I don't know. I
See,
just
I mean,
wanted more of that, but like
yeah.
it was just enough though.
this one
'Cause-
didn't. This one to me, it didn't punch me in the feels. I just enjoyed it from top to bottom, and I enjoyed watching it. But it didn't. It didn't get me. I don't know. It didn't give me like Empire does, where it's like a literal punch to the feels the whole movie.
So don't even get me started on the relationship between Poe and BB-8. Like I love that.
There's another relationship.
It's so good when he like greets him like a dog. I was just like, this is so cute.
Yeah.
Oh, and the little
little
and
things.
Luke and the Well, I guess this is little Luke and R2D2. R2D2, like literally, like jump starts his engine to get back
Yeah.
into. He's just like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna do it now.
So great. No, I literally called that. I was like, he's waiting in the dust to just be like, hey Luke, what's up?
Yeah.
And
Want to see something from the first movie?
Oh, that was.
great.
Yeah, I love that. That was a cheap shot there, and he just plays the video of Princess Leia.
Oh,
But
it was so
see,
funny.
that one, like, I don't want to say tearing up, but that's when I got the feelers, and I'm like, wait, am I falling for like the easiest fan service of all time? But I think it was because I just got done watching the original trilogy, and when they played that, I was like, this is over 30, how
It's
many
like
years?
pure nostalgia. It's
Yeah.
not fan service because I think it's like literally a callback to what started it.
Well,
all.
and that's kind of how I felt when Yoda showed up.
was
It wasn't like it didn't feel like fan service when Yoda showed up. It was
Yeah,
a
it
natural
was.
moment. No way, it was a natural moment. And all those movies, one of the Jedi's got to talk to a ghost at some point,
Well, oh my god!
and it
can
happens
I tell
in
you?
every movie.
I thought Luke was a ghost at the end.
But
Well, I mean,
The thing went through him, and I was like, oh my god.
is he a ghost?
He was hanging out with Yoda as a ghost.
and
Yeah.
he got rid of the blue glow.
I was putting all the pieces together. The older ghost you are, the bluer your glow.
You're like, you thought you were rising above the audience. You're like, I know everything.
And then I was like, oh, just kidding.
And
He's
just
floating on a rock.
It just immediately sunk.
I'm like, oh yeah, they can do that.
That's what actually pissed off the guy when you came back down.
Yeah.
He was just like, you're interrupting me.
It's like, lady,
on,
get
man.
off the ceiling.
Yeah,
You
right.
don't have it figured out. And I'm like, I know. I'm sorry. I got excited. He was a ghost the whole time.
Are we going to see Obi-Wan as a Force ghost? Obviously
No.
not.
No, unless it's Ewan McGregor, I don't think.
Well, no, yeah, that's what I mean. Ewan McGregor
Maybe.
going to come back.
His voice is in Force Awakens. He's the
Yeah.
one doing the voice
That's
of
what I
Obi-Wan.
was gonna say. Like, didn't we kind of see him? And they combined Ewan McGregor and
Yeah.
Yeah,
dude,
that's what I
right?
heard.
Yeah, they
with the
combined
audio.
them. But yeah, still, like, he's a part of the series. You know, he is as iconic as Alec Guinness is. So
And do
why
they
not?
have the balls to bring back Anakin? You know, like at
Oh,
the very
they better
end.
not. Especially, I would rather have it be the fucking old guy from David Prowse from Jedi, as opposed to Hayden fucking Christensen, who I would just
This
tear
is
my
so
eyes out of
detailed,
my
I
face.
can't even pull a face for who you're talking about besides little frizzy haired
Yeah,
Hayden
Hayden.
Christensen.
Yeah.
I don't know the other guy though because I don't.
He's
remember.
when I showed you Jedi, we watched the theatrical version.
I remember,
so the
but like
ghost
that's
is
so
the real
specific.
one.
I can't.
In the
remember.
special
yeah.
edition, he has been replaced by Hayden Christensen. Yeah,
How
Oh.
dare I hate that.
yeah.
It's
No,
monstrous.
I hate the
Ew.
special
The,
edition.
the special editions are terrible. We went to a flea market and I bought
The
3, and I'm
originals.
like, oh, I hope these are right before the special editions, because I knew they had a release in like '94, and we had that at home when I was a kid. They were not. They were special
Oh,
edition, and I got like 5 minutes into it, and I'm like, fuck.
Like, I'll watch
Your soul dies.
I was like,
little
"Ah."
little extra nugget of nerddom here. Like, obviously I prefer the theatrical versions of all of them, but I'll watch the '97 special editions where like he first went in and started adding stuff and things like that. They're bad, and the stuff that he adds is terrible, and the CGI is bad. But it's before he got
Was that the Jabba one?
yeah.
Oh my god,
Oh,
he should.
yeah.
I was like, this is unwatchable. I don't
Yeah.
know what this is.
It's bad, but like I would take that over. You should see what Jabba looks like now that he's gone back and done it
No.
more. It's even worse.
He's
so
added
like,
all kinds of random
yeah,
shit.
like I'll go if I have to watch a special edition. I will take the original '97 special editions before like the shit that exists on the Blu-rays
So if
now,
you have
which
to
are
eat it-
jokes.
if you have to eat a shit sandwich, you
I'll
want little
take the-
condiments on it.
I'll take
Yeah, you
I'll
gotta
take
dress
the
up the shit.
yeah, I'll take the '97 special editions. I have a little nostalgia for them. I saw those in theaters when they came out. You know, it's fine. Those are fine. But yeah, the new stuff, like the stuff that's out on the Blu-rays, unwatchable.
No, I don't even own them, and I own a lot of shit of Star Wars.
Same. I the only DVD I have all of VHSs. Obviously, I've got even episode 1 and 2, which came out on VHS. 3 never even came out on VHS. Maybe
Oh.
that's why I never saw it.
What a bummer.
But I've got the originals. I've got the special editions on VHS. The only DVDs that I bought at all were when they released the theatrical versions for like a second on DVD, and they were like the limited edition 2-discers that had the special edition and the original on the DVD. I grabbed those because I knew that was going to be like our only chance, and even those are still tinkered with. They're not
Well,
completely
we
honest
may-
theatricals.
Now that Disney is trying to purchase, or I
It
don't know,
went through.
It went through, but now it's got to go to courts or something. Or
But Disney now owns, besides now owning Fox, Disney now owns the theatricals of
Yes.
Star Wars. So we might see the original theatrical untampered with versions come back out on
oh,
a
wouldn't it be
format.
amazing after 9 comes out and they release all 9 and the ones in the middle there are
Are
theatrical?
the theatrical cuts. Yeah, that's Disney, if you're listening to us, throw us some bones and also do that.
And thank you for the paychecks so we could positively review this. I love that little controversy.
I feel like the excitement of nerds, if that would happen, would implode our world.
But I think we're also ready for it. Like I think
is
we're
that the
ready
end of
for it.
times?
I think, it's so close that would just burst it open.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that sucked right before we actually got to watch them too. It's
We
like,
would just pop.
No,
We would
maybe
just
it's
pop.
as you finish it, so then you're like, oh,
now I have nothing to live for.
exactly. So you feel complete.
All right, we should probably wrap
Yeah,
this
we're
fucker
at
up.
47 minutes.
But I do want to say one last thing, and maybe this can be our like outs. I still get lit up like a child on Christmas when that fucking Star Wars logo pops up and the theme
absolutely.
starts.
Did you guys,
every time. Gets me every
did
time.
you hear me yell?
No.
I was
Everyone
so
yelled,
fucking-
yeah. Yeah, like when that logo shows up, it's like a long time ago in a galaxy far away.
People started clapping at like Lucasfilms. I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah,
guys.
they get those galaxy, and I'm like, oh, here it comes. And then when that music swells and you get the title, I just am like, yes!
Yeah,
it's me at my most excited in this world.
I was in so much nostalgia joy that I almost forgot to read the crawling scroll. I was like, oh wait, I gotta read.
I mean,
Yeah.
I barely could with Force Awakens because it had been so long since I had seen it. It had been since 2002 when I saw Star. So nearly like 15 years in between me seeing a Star Wars movie. Like during Force Awakens, I almost couldn't contain myself. I was just like, this is a new Star Wars movie.
Yeah, I don't think I saw Return of the Sith or whatever the third one is. I'm too tired to remember. I don't think I saw that in the theater.
Yeah, I still never seen it. And you know what? I'm good. I like the ones I like.
Guess what? Guess what? Anakin dies. Spoiler.
Spoiler alert, does he turn into Darth Vader?
I was like, I've seen that movie, and I was like, oh, maybe I just saw a GIF of when he dies.
Also,
like in the flames or like the lava.
You've
Yeah.
probably seen the
The GIF.
Yeah.
So my entire knowledge of that thing is a GIF.
Well, and also, like,
That's
it's
all
the
you need.
movie.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's the movie like that, like sets in motion the things from A New Hope. So if you've seen A New Hope, you sort of already know what happens in the third. You don't need it. Like you know it. You know everything that happens in it.
You know, Force Awakens. Oh, never mind. I'm just kidding. That's a low blow.
All right, let's end this off. What are we doing next week? I forgot.
So we're
Is it
back to
Jumanji?
tapes. We're back to tapes, and we are watching the VHS of Jumanji.
Oh wow.
Actually, I'll watch
She
it
just
with
got
you.
the feelers right
I'll-
there.
I wanted to watch it.
I will watch it with you. Yeah, it should be very... I have not seen it since the 90s. So it's going to be very interesting to dig back into this.
I have seen it multiple times since the 90s.
I have not. I saw it once when it came out on video, and that's it.
It's on every weekend on like USA or something.
Is it?
In the 2000s it was.
Well,
I
it's
don't
been
know. I don't
20
have cable now, so I don't know.
It's been 20-something years, so we're gonna judge it and see how it holds up.
I'm sorry if I shit on more people's childhoods like I've been this entire podcast.
The monster.
I'm a
You're-
monster.
You're the Kylo Ren of this podcast.
I am. But you know, it's weird. I shit on people's childhoods like by not liking Lady Hawk and things like that. But I love these movies. I love going back and watching these things.
All right, on that note, thank you for listening. Come back.
See ya.
Bye.